I'm so excited because I brought in my favorite steaks today. Those are the Porterhouse steaks, and guess what? They're on sale at the Fresh Market till tomorrow. So get out there and pick them up. And you know, I normally don't freeze red meat, but I have two at home that I'm going to freeze because it's such a great price. Big shout out to Joe, the butcher there, because I'm there every other day practically, and he cut me these beautiful steaks for today. So thanks, Joe. We were talking about how I'm going to serve them. Very simple. So many people live in condominiums or they don't have access to an outdoor grill. Don't worry about it. It's all about heating your pan to a big heat. We're gonna sear that off in the pan, poke it in the oven, and then I'm making a mixed 3-bean salad. I have a nice cider vinaigrette. Bright lime is going to go in that. And today it's all about the umami, which means the senses of bitter, sour, sweet, salty. We're going to bring it all together by using this seasoning from the Spice and Tea Exchange on our steaks and a pinch in the 3-bean salad. Super easy and not too late to shop if you're not sure what to make tonight for dinner. So stay with me. I'm coming back in just a few minutes to get started with a great Porterhouse steak and some 3-bean salad. So we're going to season up these steaks. They've been sitting out for about an hour and 20 minutes. Really important to remember. You need to bring your red meat up to room temperature to be able to get that sear and get the great flavor. And trust me, it is fine health-wise. So we have a really hot pan going. What we're going to do is, let me grab my tongs. Simple enough. We're going to put a dash of this umami seasoning on there. You can use whatever you want if you have a special roast blend that you like. Some rosemary and olive oil is perfect on the steaks. So now let's get the sear going, okay? The great thing about a Porterhouse steak is you get the best of both worlds. One side where that T-bone is, you have the filet, the tenderloin side, and this other side is the New York strip. My favorite part is the bone, however. I just want to save that, and we'll get to that. So that's going to sear off. We're going to do about 4 minutes per side, and it's going to get a little smoky, but I want to show you what's going on in the oven right now. So I've seared one steak, and this is what's perfect, is you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting almost like a roast beef after you sear it, but that's in the oven at 450 degrees, and that has, how I'm going to tell, let me just show you. I'm going to give it the little finger test. Guess what? It's done. So that part, easy as can be. We'll let this sit, and it will come up to a perfect medium rare temperature. I certainly expect to. Now let's talk about our 3-bean salad. I have black beans, I have chickpeas, and I have red beans. All of them have been drained and rinsed. It's really important to rinse them, okay? So I'm gonna get them in there, all mixed together, and then I'm gonna add about 2 cloves of garlic. Now, one thing I like to do with this, since I'm serving this with a steak, is when the steak comes out, I'm gonna hit it with just a hint of olive oil and garlic so we can mix that up together. I also got some organic baby kale. I think it's really hard to eat the tough leaves of the heads of kale that you often see. It gets really chewy, and most people will not enjoy them as much. So let's just kind of toss that in there a little bit, start to mix it up. When I come back, I'm going to make the dressing for this great 3-bean salad, and we'll get ready to get those steaks on the plate. I'm coming back in just a few minutes on this 4th of July. So the steak is cooked perfectly. We have it at medium rare. Better you take it out from the pan and cover it with aluminum foil, cook it to rare, and then just cover it loosely with aluminum foil, and it will come up to temperature. But the old rule of thumb is how you push on it is how you feel. Whether you get the soft part, that's the more rare, medium rare, and as you go thicker and the wider part, that's where you're gonna get your juiciness, but check the ends because they're going to get well done awfully fast. Let's get into this 3-bean salad though, okay? So we have the black beans, the red beans, and the garbanzo beans. They've all been rinsed and drained. Now we'll get in some beautiful organic grape tomatoes, and they're coming in real good from the north right now, so that's what we want. And you can either use parsley if you don't like cilantro, or cilantro. I love cilantro. So I'm going to go heavy with that. Now we're going to add just a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to do some cider vinegar, okay? What I have found is if you're not going to use a lot of cider vinegar, buy a smaller jar because it doesn't last. It separates just like wine because you're thinking about, you know, it has that fruit of the juice of the apples. So now we're going to add the juice of 2 whole limes, and I already started that process. But these limes, what you do is just roll them, and we're going to get a lot of juice out of those. So this is going to be perfect. Now we're going to talk about the seasoning. Ooh, this is going to be so good. We're going to do a pinch of that umami to bring up that sweet, sour, salty, bitter taste. We're going to season the dressing with salt and pepper, but I put the umami right into that salad. And let's give this a little whip with some minced garlic. I'm saving a little minced garlic to go with olive oil on the top of the steak as well. And then we're going to whip in some Dijon mustard. And it depends how much mustard flavor you want. This salad's definitely for my husband, so he's going to want a fair amount. And then I have some dehydrated crushed red pepper. That's going to go right in there into the moisture. It'll hydrate. I'm going to toss this right into the salad first. Yep, it's there. Wow, is this a nice dressing? Kind of really pops. So when I come back, I guess it's ready to have Scott and Wendy's lunch. All ready. Simple porterhouse steak. Don't forget, today's the last day in the sale. And this great tomato 3-bean salad with a little Dijon and cider vinegar.
And you know, what else is fun is eating your salads. One of the things that I did want to ask you about, and I've always wanted to ask, I see a lot of people using those jarred garlic bulbs. You wouldn't recommend that, would you?
I'm so glad you brought that up. If I see it in a restaurant kitchen, that's it for me eating there. You need to use the fresh garlic, and you peel off your clove and then smash the clove in the back of your French knife. The peel will come off perfectly, but it's like anything. Fresh chopped is the best, and if you have that jarred garlic, please throw it out. It's terrible. I'd rather you not use garlic because it's bitter and it's old. It's like buying crumbled blue cheese when you could get it fresh and break it off. It's the same thing.
The other tip that I learned, because I love all my tips that I get from here, from you, is that you don't want to use old apple cider vinegar.
No, you don't. No. So buy a smaller bottle and it will last longer, and you can also keep it in the refrigerator. Important in Florida weather.
And now we have to go to our website to let you know that you can get this wonderful recipe, and of course any of our recipes are right there on the dining page on mysuncoast.com.
That's right.